Full disclosure, I already did a video, but it was extremely harsh, so I scrapped it. I didn't want to be that negative, so clean slate. It's solid. A few decent points of interest that look cool, although visually, it still suffers from the same bland look as the other maps on 6. There's just not much to catch your eye. Couple interesting things, but otherwise, the rooms are yet again very big, very empty. Hallways so fucking wide you could drive the transit bus through them. There's almost no use of volumetrics, flat lighting, art direction is extremely safe, which is likely out of their control because anything made for a billion-dollar Call of Duty these days likely has to be cleared by like 20 different teams, so the craziness we used to get, probably not realistic to expect anymore. But of all the maps so far, this one gave me the best first impression going through it. Even better than Terminus. Like, this isn't bad. Lacks the wow factor of the older maps, but at least there's more noticeable effort. Couple examples. There's clutter everywhere, finally. Very few plain walls, you got stuff everywhere, but it is the same couple assets repeated over and over until your eyes bleed, so only partial credit. It's like the 3D model equivalent of a repeated texture, but at least some progress from Citadel and Tomb's brutally empty rooms. Another thing we talked about was working the mechanics into the map, and oh my god, it ain't much, but they finally tried it. We knew their love of Warzone ziplines wasn't going anywhere, but they masked it. It's not a Warzone zipline shoehorned into the map. No, it's an elevator cable. Simple but effective. It's exactly the same as the Liberty Falls ziplines, but it's built into the design of the map. This was a Treyarch calling card for 10 years. Nice to see it show up again. So, another 7 out of 10, maybe we could push it to an 8 based on attempts at shoring up the faults of the other maps. I just wish we could get a legendary map with incredible spectacle and atmosphere, but I just don't think it's in the cards anymore. They either can't pull it off, or not given what they need to pull it off. It is what it is. To me, it still has the same problems as the others. The art direction doesn't distinguish itself enough from multiplayer. This, like the others before it, could easily be converted into a Warzone Resurgence map. Very little of it screams Treyarch Zombies to me visually. Dramatic lighting, intricate map layout, custom assets as far as the eye can see. Not much of that going on here. The lighting is pretty flat, the rooms are still pretty basic. You don't even know where you are because there's like 25 rooms that all look exactly the same. Not much identity. Still doesn't have the unique handcrafted look of its direct comparison, Dead of the Night, which has a theme, which has unique assets out the ass, every room totally different stylistically, unique gameplay mechanics, lighting that sets a mood. We don't have any of that here, but that's not to say it's bad, it just doesn't break the Cold War era mold of very safe design. I said it before, if they shrunk these maps down to half their size, it would probably start resembling the level of detail the older maps had. Instead, we keep getting these rooms that are so fucking gigantic and empty. I feel like I'm back on Dark Souls 1. It's the biggest thing I can't get past on these 6 maps. The proportions of everything are completely fucked. Hallways are double wide, sometimes triple wide. Rooms are twice the size they would be in real life. And it's not about realism. Hell, I think the visuals suffer because of the realism the engine is going for. It's more so that it gives a dated, uncanny look to it when you see these areas that are clearly wider than they would be IRL. It just throws off the look. I had also heard, yet again, must be by the newbies who only play the new shit, that this was gonna be a tight map. I keep hearing this shit, every new map. Man, you could do fucking donuts with the transit bus in these rooms, wheelies down the hallways, tight compared to what, a street corner prostitute? Also, no new wonder weapons. I guess we just don't do that anymore. I think weapon design is one of the things they excel at, so it's bizarre they barely bothered to make any in 6. So, too long didn't read. It's a 7, maybe 8 out of 10. There's more visible effort, but the same problems return. No spectacle, not much imagination, flat, boring lighting, 100 redundant rooms that exist just to exist. It plays things very safe. And for the love of Christ, could we get some rooms that don't have proportions like it was built for the fucking Nephilim? Who the hell are the people of Earth in Black Ops 6's universe? They got some fucking giants out there, let me tell you.